Greetings. Today I'm coming to you from my balcony. I've just moved into this beautiful house. It's on 60 hectares of prime land, backs onto it, one of the local parks, which is quite amazing. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about something that we don't want to experience, but generally there's not a lot of way to get around it unless you're very, very careful, is yoga and injuries. Just wanted to share my experience that I've been having with a bit of a back challenge just around my lower back area around here, that I've been feeling it over the past 5 to 6 months, maybe 7 months. You know, the good news, bad news of injuries is that, yoga injuries, there's a couple of sort of types of injuries. We've got acute, and then we've got sort of progressive. So acute, sort of like you're stretching your hamstring and bang, it's gone, and you know you've done an injury. And progressive is one that sort of slowly creeps up on you. You might feel a little bit of pain here and there as you're going into moves and stuff. And specifically the one I'm talking about was with this back is my back is when I'm in quite deep back bends. Deep for me. So for example, like what I've got on the screen now is me going from a handstand into a drop back bend, which is sort of fine, and I was doing that for a couple of years, no problems. But progressively I used to get to feel a little bit of pain in my back. And you know, it's sort of good news, bad news, yoga injuries. It's like what can they teach you? For me, that one sort of came on slowly, so it was what's the cause behind it. So yeah, it just makes you be more aware. In that case, it's if you get it right in its infancy and you say, well, right, something obviously has to change in my physiology. Well, you can work with it. If you just keep ignoring them, sometimes they're just going to progressively get worse and worse. What happens is you need to become aware. So I've been doing a lot of study and asking teachers and stuff and why they think it is. And well, for me, really, I need to ease off. I should be doing something like the back bend I'm putting on the screen here. As you can see, I've got support through the knees and a belt. I've sort of isolated it down to my psoas muscle, my sartorius and abductor, and an overdeveloped glute from a lot of weight. So so the psoas, what is the psoas muscle? Well, that's a muscle that connects to the bone on your trochanter, which is a bone in your top of your leg, and it connects directly to your spine. And the thing about this one is that it's specifically actually travels under your internal organs. So you've got your psoas muscle, which is under all the internal organs. You've got the internal organs and various other layers, and then you got the outside layer on your muscle, so you can't actually see that muscle. So it's, you know, something that you've got to be aware of, that muscle does control various sort of position. I'll take you through a bit of a book that I've got here. Let's have a look at that now. So as I said, the psoas, I've got a book here on the psoas muscle, which has been quite helpful, and it's got a lot of information on it. I'll put the link below to where you could get one of those if you want. It's quite a valuable read. And here we've got an anatomy and physiology book, Theatre and Pattern. This is quite a nice book. I'll give you an example of where the psoas lies with this. I've got another camera here, so let's just find this. So now we're having a look in this anatomy and physiology book. It's quite an interesting book because it gives you the layers of the spine as you go through them. So here you've got your outer abdominal muscles, etc. And as you go sort of through the layers, you can see various other different organs and intestines and other forth. You can see the here I talked about the sartorius muscle, which comes down through here, and the abductor at 55 there, and then we go down through the layers of the organs, and here we have the psoas muscle that I talked about. It's sort of, oh, actually it's on the next level. So here we've got the psoas, which is at 135. It connects to the spine and right down to your trochanter bone there, and also like at 137 you got your iliac, which is another internal muscle. So you just got to really be aware of sort of all these different muscle groups that are acting actually under the internal organs, so they're not on top, so you can visually never see them. So just next time you're doing a yoga session, just try and take that awareness a bit deeper into what's happening off the spine and stuff. It'll take you a long way. Anyway, that was just a quick thing in my own experience. So I've been working a lot with the serratus, the abductor, and with straps and blocks, just to take the weight off the muscles that have had atrophy in my legs, as I was they just haven't worked them for years and years and years, and progressively it's put more strain on the back of my spine. What else I've been doing is, let's come inside for a second. I'll show you. I've just been doing a bit of traction. So let's just move this show inside. Yeah, hey there, I moved inside. I'm also, there's just other things you can do within yoga to help with injuries and stuff. Like I've moved inside here into my yoga room, and I've got this little attachment here. Tied that on there like that. Yeah, it's a good strong rope. Can handle a lot of weight and stuff. So yeah, and I've been doing a bit of traction, because one thing is that if your back arches sort of like that, you got to actually pull it under and support it through the midsection. So I've made this little rope here. You could get a yoga trapeze if you like from somewhere like Lucas over at Yoga Body Naturals. He's selling them. There's a link down there to where they are. So what I've done is I've just got this blanket, and I'm just putting it over there, and just make sure that I've got the back there, pulling the buttocks under. Just slowly sort of lean back, and then there we have it. Got good traction. So I'm pulling down through there, and here you can just be quite passive and just relax. And what this doing is giving the spine a good lengthening without really the weight that would naturally be on the head when you're doing a headstand. So I'm just there. Yeah, so injuries can be a bad thing, but they can also be a good thing, because they can show you where areas that you need to improve, and the idea is that you want to catch them as soon as you possibly can, so you can take the actions to rectify them. And getting a yoga and anatomy book or something for the specific area is always a good help. And that's why it's pretty important to actually learn the pose correctly, and never assume that you've got it, because there's just so many different things that can come into play, and the body is such a complex machine that you can be learning it for the rest of your life pretty much and things. So yeah, this is just, so what I do is just sit here for 10 minutes just passively, and coming out is quite simple. Just come back around. Pays, if you're new at this, just to hold on to the rope for a bit before you come down. Anyway, that was a bit on yoga and injuries. Hope you get a few crucial little points out of there that will help you with your yoga practice. Stay tuned, and thanks for continuing to tune into my newsletter. I've got lots more on the way, so say, as usual, leave a comment if you want to. That'd be great. Appreciate them all. Namaste.